one shot fired by the officer. The individual was pronounced dead at the hospital.
People who had been abused by the police decided to take to the streets. There was a problem. Black leaders had just had enough, and so there were 3 days of protesting in the streets, which gave a clearer view to people who were dragging their feet that the Cincinnati Police Department needed to be reformed.
Historically, what has been proven to occur in most of our inner city neighborhoods in the country is that we over-police Black and Hispanic neighborhoods. But we also police differently there. We have zero tolerance models, and we have real aggressive hotspot policing models in those communities. And it's not okay to throw those young people on the ground. It's not okay to stop and frisk people who haven't done anything wrong. Minorities in the United States never forget those negative encounters that they have with police officers.
I'm in my 29th year here in the city of Cincinnati. There was really no candy coating what was happening in the city of Cincinnati and how divided our city was. Community had been asking for the Justice Department to come in and take a look at the police department's policies and procedures.
I wasn't here in 2001, but I can tell you from studying the collaborative agreement and being a police officer for a long time, you know, cops needed to understand here and in other cities that you have to do business a different way.
The role of the monitor is to come in and to oversee police reform, such as how the police department used force, how it trained its officers, how it disciplined its officers. I remember vividly the monitoring effort was extremely difficult. They were extremely antagonistic towards me and the monitoring team.
The process wasn't easy. I saw the police department coming kicking and screaming because we had done business the way we had done business for so many years.
The default stance that most police agencies have is big me, little you. We tell you what we are going to do to make your community safer, and we're going to tell you how we're going to do it. I think problem-oriented policing is just the opposite. It is problems that are organically driven up from the community, and that you strategically work to improve that situation with input from community members.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. She looks at them. They do. They really, truly
do. Our Citizens Complaint Authority gives us the opportunity to do our own investigation. Citizens feel as if they have issues, they have a place to go. An independent body that's not part of the city will take their complaint and investigate it.
Each contact with the citizen, whether it was a traffic stop, whether it was a field interrogation stop, you had to fill out the contact card. Name, age, race, why you were making this stop. And the cry was more paperwork, more work for the police. But in the end, that work through that time period helped assist us to get us to where we are now. Complaints started going down. So those cards did help change the mindset of this interaction with the citizens.
And we still do them.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
341.
341, copy.
I'm a member of the Quality of Life Enhancement team unit. This is a lot different than running a beat because I'm able to focus on my target area for my entire shift. I'm not getting dispatched onto different radio runs. We interact with these kids for 3 months at a time, and we get to know them by name. When stuff happens to them, it bothers us. But it also gives the community a chance to really trust the police and see us as individuals and people rather than just a police officer that's responding, then going off to the next run. Do you need some help?
Yeah, I could. She's right here.
This one?
Yeah, she just had surgery and I just came from the hospital with her.
You all right?
No, she's going in and out. She's going in and out. She's laughing.
She's loopy. Third floor? You got her?
Yeah, I just didn't have her purse.
She got her wisdom teeth pulled.
I think policing needs to change in America. I think it needs to be different with a different focus. The relationship building that police officers have to do in those communities gives a certain, I call it a relationship collateral, if you will. People will allow you to make mistakes if they know you and they trust you.
One of the things that I was most afraid when we finished monitoring was, could these reforms be sustained? Well, now we're really 6 years out, and from everything I can tell, there continues to be good interaction, good communication.
I do see some change. We're not utopia yet for African Americans in the police department. We're not there yet. But I'm glad that we started in 2001. I'm glad of where we are today. I look forward to going to the Missouris and the Clevelands and New York and talking with everyday people who care so that everyone is treated fairly, that everyone has an opportunity to fair and unbiased policing.